What the? Oh crap, that's not what I was trying to do! Oh. There we go. Good evening, everybody. It's Wednesday, and you would think I'd be doing a gaming stream. No, not tonight. We're going to do something new. Because basically, after about 11 years since we started this thing, we decided that, unfortunately, we can't afford the politics anymore. So, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do this every day. We're going to leave that to the pros because they've got the monetization and stuff. We don't. So, but we're gonna do this every couple weeks. Like when I'm not gaming, I'm not streaming any games. Then, oh, thank you, Sajo. All right. Anyway, I'm your host for tonight. I am Oddball Stream. I'm currently joined on the line by our mastering creator, Frodo. I think he's still busy making. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
I got the burgers done being made. I'm gonna eat them. I'm gonna eat my burger while I'm still talking.
Okay.
So if anyone hears any crunching or chewing, my apologies.
Hey, did you put the ketchup on it?
I'm not a fan of ketchup, but
Oh,
my
okay.
wife is.
Okay.
But yeah, we. The thing about it is, our people in our show don't like a lot of politics all the time,
Mm-hmm.
which, perfectly understand,
Yeah, because
especially
because let's face it, we have to deal with it day in and day out.
well, and I was just about to say, especially when we're dealing with
You know who?
a psychotic fucking narcissistic prick who thinks that only his way is the right way
Mm-hmm.
in the Oval Office,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's it's kind of scary, to be honest.
Yeah,
And the
it's like
biggest thing is we this is what we can do. This is what we can do to resist and show Trump that we aren't, that the American people aren't going to sit down and take it.
mm-hmm.
So to start with, Trump in in the what? Let me see here. It's been
A little over 2 weeks.
two weeks and 2 days since the man has been inaugurated. And in that time, I already can't count the number of times that I just face palmed.
Yeah.
The first one was them putting that fork in the road email out and call it and basically telling everyone it's a woman and just all kinds of crazy shit that they've done already. And to be frank, a lot of what's gone on has been highly illegal.
Yeah,
Perfect example.
yeah, hold on. Sajo's in the chat said even having a billionaire scumbag Elon Musk with him. Yeah. It's basically, it looks like Elon's running the show, not Trump.
Well, and that may be, but the problem that I have is that Elon is trying to skirt the laws of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry to say, but last I checked, Elon was not a natural born American citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Last I checked, he was South African, which means he is not eligible for any presidency.
Nope.
Could he run for other offices? Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he could.
And there's
But you
Janet in the
have to
chat.
be in.
Hey, Janet.
Yeah. So it just, the whole thing in general has just been a shit show.
Yeah, it's been
The
absolute cuckoo.
last the la- recently they the a bunch of plaintiffs in the federal government have sued to have the February 6th ruling that, well, and I use ruling very, very, very loosely, but basically the OPM's ruling that says we can't, you guys have till this time to get to decide whether or not to leave the government job you have. And it's like, the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
You know, these people are career nonpartisan workers
Mm-hmm.
that are being told that they're worthless right now,
Uh-huh.
for lack of a better term.
Yeah. But some people are already
It's
fighting
just,
back.
it's sickening. It
Yeah.
really is sickening.
Yeah, well,
And
the good news is some people are already fighting back. Like some of the members of the FBI have already filed, I think it's 2 class action lawsuits against the,
oh yeah,
what is it, the Department of Government Efficiency or something like that.
yeah, Doge, which, okay, it makes it sound great, but it is not official. It has not been approved by Congress. It has not been authorized. It may as well just be a figment of Elon's imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the things that, if you listen to Trump, he has this really, really bad habit of open mouth insert foot syndrome.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is he'll say the shit that you're supposed to keep quiet out loud
Mm-hmm.
and make everyone go, what? And he did that in a
Mm-hmm.
major way because he they were he was talking about, something I don't even remember, but he mentioned in what he was talking about that, the election got rigged so that I would win so that we could make this country great again. I'm sorry, but no.
He's making this country into
Uh,
a nightmare again.
um, so for him to say that that the election got rigged for him is definitely hypocritical.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. Janet says Trump is causing one big clusterfuck. Sandra says Trump is trying to start a trade war with Canada, China, and Mexico. Yeah. Well, so far, trying with Canada and Mexico has backfired, at least for 30 days anyway.
Yes. Um,
Okay, I'm putting this in.
in general, I've been following some of the stuff that's been going on, and like every time I see something new, I just want to scream
Yeah.
because every time it feels like he's just trying to shove corn cobs up everyone's asses.
Yep.
Well, and Trump isn't just trying to start a trade war, Sajo. I'm borderline convinced that he's actually trying to start a real war.
Yeah, because let's face it, he's already trying to take Greenland from Denmark, tried to take the Panama Canal from Panama. Now he wants to control the Gaza Strip. It's like, are you on planet Earth? Seriously?
No, no, we know that Trump isn't on planet Earth. He's on planet Trump,
Yeah.
and where everything is his way, and everything is hunky dory because he says it's hunky dory.
Yeah.
Um, so we mentioned this in the main show, but it bears mentioning again. The first um the first day in office, he released thousands, well, not thousands, but hundreds of damn uh what do you call them? Uh
Rioters?
well the rioters, yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
I was actually talking about the sorry, brain farting.
It's 9 o'clock. You're allowed
the
to brain fart at this point.
the executive orders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first off, I just have to say executive orders do not a presidency make.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, there are certain things that can be executive ordered, and many more that cannot be executive ordered. Um, so in his first day in office, he decided that all humans in the country are female. And how he did that, one of his first executive orders. Shirley,
Mm-hmm.
are you able to pull up a scene quick and show this?
If it's on YouTube, I can't.
It's not on YouTube. It's on whitehouse.gov.
Okay. Let me try it.
You know which executive order I'm talking about.
Yep. Uh, ew. Okay, let me go find it.
It's in page 8, I think it is. Let me check.
Okay. Okay. Good grief, he's got 9 pages worth of reactions already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't seem to find it. Maybe it's on page 7.
I'm looking here.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, for the quiet, but I'm looking for the one of action that I know is there. There it is. It's on page 5.
Okay, so right now I was at page 8, so let me go back to 5. Is it the one that says defending women from gender ideology?
Yep, yep.
Oh, good grief. I hate these long reads.
Well, bring it up on screen
Okay, give me a
and bring it
second.
just to the section 2 policy and definitions.
Okay, give me just a second because I think I'm going to have to get the articles back in. So, watch out, folks. We got something under construction. Alright, so bear with me. So, right now, it's blank. It's blank! Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, you have to excuse this. It's under construction at this point. Okay.
Yeah, this is just something we came up with on a whim, pretty much. So
Okay, so let me do this. Okay. Alright. Getting used to this, so bear with me. Growl.
growl, growl, hiss. There it is.
There. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, we'll add everything else a little later.
Yeah,
I
we'll
may be
return
able
to our
make that.
normal scene here in a few
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Now you said we want to get to section 2, right?
Yep.
Policy and definitions. There we go.
Okay, so definition A is sex shall refer to an individual's immutable biological classification as either male or female. Sex is not a synonym for and does not include the concept of gender identity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to skip over B and C because, well, we know those. These are the two that matter.
Mm-hmm.
D and E. Female means a person belonging at conception to the sex that produces the large reproductive cell, aka the ovum. Male means a person belonging to at conception to the sex that produces the small reproductive cell, aka the sperm.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem with that is the two words in the middle.
At conception.
Yep. And the reason for this is that at conception, everybody is classed as a female. So let's go through the list of what he did with that order.
All right.
And laugh at the stupidity.
Yep.
With that single order, he turned every single person in the country into a woman,
Mm-hmm.
made women the single biggest socioeconomic group in the country, turned every single human being in this country into a lesbian, thereby making the LGBT group the largest social group in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and return to the normal scene, I think.
All right. Give me just a second here.
Like we said, it wasn't going to take us long to do the scene. We just had to show this so that people could actually see what we're talking about.
Yep. All right. We are back to the normal scene here.
So the problem that I have with that is that A, it violates everything scientific. Like I said, everybody is a female when they're first conceived.
Mm-hmm.
As far as everyone else is considered, okay, my biggest issue with that order is that it also excludes a group of people that almost everyone excludes. And
Mm-hmm.
it pisses me off when they do.
Yeah.
That group of people are those called intersexual people. Now, to explain, an intersex individual is someone who has the genes for one gender for one sex. So in this case, let's go XY chromosome, which makes a male in normal circumstances. But because of androgen insensitivity on the part of the genetics of the person,
Mm-hmm.
because of androgen insensitivity, they never were given the chance of actually becoming a male in utero, because at 6 weeks old is when you start generating um that's when you start transitioning from the default female form to the male form.
Mm-hmm.
And as part of that, you have your the labia that a woman has stretch out and produce what is called the stretch out and produce the scrotum, which is where the testicles are stored, and the clitoris that the female has is elongated and produces the penis.
Mm-hmm.
So this this is just sickening to me.
Oh, I know. Sickening to a lot of people.
What do you guys think? Well, what what does our listeners actually think is my question.
Yeah.
I can't see what they say, but
Well,
yeah.
they're just trying to figure out. I mean, it's just Janet and Sajo, but they're saying
It
this.
just, for me personally, I find that anyone who excludes a whole group of people doesn't deserve my respect.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, like I said, with regards to that, it just it boggles the mind how frankly stupid someone can be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What do you what do you think, Sajo?
That's right, she did.
Um, a lot of other stuff has happened. The people getting upset because of him basically saying that people don't deserve to have in the federal government their pronouns on their emails.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a small fucking thing. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But uh it's now basically, although it can't be, it's now basically a crime for someone to put as an email uh signature
Mm-hmm.
the that I my pronouns are this, that, and the other. I don't know. It just pisses me off.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at something. Looks like he signed an executive order, but this is actually something. It's actually good. American Heart
Go
Month.
for it.
Okay, this is actually good. Now this is word for word. Every day, untold numbers of our friends, relatives, neighbors, and coworkers are affected by the devastating affliction of heart disease. As the nation's leading cause of death, cardiovascular disease has stolen infinite lives, crushed countless families, and imposed unimaginable heartbreak upon Americans of every walk of life. This American Heart Month, we mourn and pray for those we have lost and recommit ourselves to ending the deadly plight of heart disease once and for all. I'll give him credit for that one. Thanks to advancements in medicine, science, and technology, our nation has made tremendous strides in combating heart disease, and the American people are now better equipped than ever before to receiving life saving treatments, respond to medical complications, and modify behavior and habits to ensure they can lead long and healthy lives. Now, do you really actually think he wrote this? Probably not. Okay.
No.
But anyway, even one soul lost to heart disease is a tragedy beyond comprehension. To that end, my administration will work diligently to save lives, lower healthcare costs, yeah, right, and foster a stronger, safer, and healthier future for every citizen. For as long as I am president, I will always be an unwavering advocate for improving the health of every American. Why don't you improve yours first? All right. The first
I was just about to say,
Yeah.
have you looked in the mirror lately,
Yeah.
sir?
The first step in confronting the cardiac disease crisis is taking concrete action to lower the odds of diagnosis and encouraging those in our lives to take all necessary measures to root out unhealthy habits. Research has consistently shown that risk factors contributing to heart disease include obesity, high blood pressure and cholesterol, lack of exercise, excessive alcohol use, and smoking. Making small adjustments to our health and routines can yield extraordinary and even life-saving results. My administration is also steadfastly committed to cracking down on big pharma and any of the chronic disease epidemic, and we will fulfill our pledge to investigate what has caused the decades-long increase in health problems and childhood diseases, including obesity, autoimmune disorders, infertility, and autism. As Americans, we owe it to ourselves and our families to take care of our bodies and to cherish God's gift of life for as long and as vigorously as we can. As we enter
So
into...
wait, he
Okay.
mentioned autism in that?
Yes, he did.
So which one, what's it called? American Heart Month. Okay, there
Yeah.
it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As we enter into this American Heart Month, let us seek to improve our health, lengthen our lives, and nurture a culture, a government, and a nation that upholds the dignity of life and protects the human heart. In acknowledgement of the importance of the ongoing fight against cardiovascular disease, the Congress, by joint resolution approved on December 30th, 1963, wow, as amended, 36 U.S.C. 101, has requested that the President issue an annual proclamation designating February as American Heart Month. So, but yeah, I mean, I know he means well, but that kind of worries me a little bit because he's not exactly the epitome of health, right?
No, and I'm sorry to say, but this is one of those rare times where I'm gonna say this. I I don't wish for death, but I'll say this: if he dropped that dead tomorrow, I probably wouldn't cry about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That makes me sick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. Now, here's something else you might want to know. It turns out Trump is going to be at the Super Bowl in New Orleans on Sunday. However, if he thinks he's going to be the center of attention, I don't think so. Because here's problem number one. One of the teams that's playing is the Philadelphia Eagles. And Philadelphia absolutely despises Donald Trump.
Yep. Um. So I've just been getting some new information.
Mm-hmm.
There's some discussions about privatizing the USPS.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but why? Why?
Oh. And unfortunately, and now, a lot of people, when Biden was president, a lot of people say, fire to joy, fire to joy. There's one problem. That's one position the president does not appoint.
Yep.
Yeah, the president does not appoint the postmaster general. Yeah, but going back to the fact Trump's going to the Super Bowl, well, no, let's see. I think when the Eagles did win, they basically decided not to go to the White House. That didn't sit well with Trump either. Now, here's
True.
problem number two. With Kansas City in the Super Bowl, Travis Kelce will be there. Who is Travis Kelce's girlfriend?
Yep.
Taylor Swift. Another
What did
hater.
Taylor Swift say?
Well, no. Well, she didn't react to this. She just said, she when Harris and Walls were out there, well, that was when Taylor threw her support behind them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, not what did she say like that, but what I'm saying is, what do you think she's?
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. She didn't have to say anything because if the Kansas City Chiefs score touchdowns, they're not gonna be focusing on Trump. They're gonna put the picture on Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's face it, Trump must have attention for himself. But I think he's gotten in this situation where he may not get barely get any attention for himself, especially if Kansas City and Philadelphia put on a good football game.
Right. I'm just to the point with Trump that everything he's been doing has been some shade of illegal.
Yeah.
Banning transgender athletes from women's sports.
You stupid headset.
I don't know. But yeah, Muslim groups, it's just ridiculous, It's just ridiculous. And I'm going to say this right now as far as the House of Representatives is considered. We really need to support the House and your House Democrats in looking at Trump hard.
Yeah.
Because, honest to God, they need to do something about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. One thing I've noticed. I know Democrats are trying to do something like AOC and all, but they need more like that, and there's not enough right now. That's part of the problem.
Exactly.
But here's the good news.
Exactly.
Here's the good news, though. David Hogg, if you're not familiar with him, he was at that Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Lakeland, Florida. He was not injured, but he became a staunch advocate, and of course, that he got under Marjorie Taylor Greene's skin, or as I like to call her, margarine turnip greens. And now that
I'm sorry, but she's she's the definition of how many blows to the head does it take to turn someone from smart to a fucking moron?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. David Hogg is now the vice chair of the Democratic National Committee, which means he can get under her skin all the time now.
Yep. It's just, to me, the whole fucking thing that I see with her is she's losing her mind, to be blunt.
I think she's lost her mind since day one. But
True.
Yeah, but now he's the vice chair of the Democratic National Committee, which is great. Because what's going on? I'm not gonna lie, this is on both sides. We need term limits in Congress. We need term limits in the Supreme Court. Seriously.
Yes.
And this is both sides, because we've got people 20, 30, 40, 50 sometimes 60, sometimes 70 years in Congress.
Yeah. Here's what I really believe, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. We've already got a presidential term limit.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my proposal. Max of 6 terms for 6 full terms for House of Representatives.
Mm-hmm. 12 years.
Max of 3 full terms for a Senate member.
Yeah, that'd be 18 years since the senator has 6 years.
And as far as the Supreme Court is considered, expand it to 13 members.
Mm-hmm.
Mandate by constitutional amendment that the 13 members of the Supreme Court must, if you were to take the entire population of the United States and condense them down to those 13 people, those 13 people must represent a snapshot of America.
Mm-hmm.
So that means race, color, creed, sex, all that jazz. Political affiliation, all of it.
Yeah.
It has to match what would happen if you brought the country down to that level.
Yeah. But yeah, David Hogg is the first Gen Z ever to have that kind of position in the Democratic National Committee. So, because the thing is, we need more people like him, Jasmine Crockett, who are so passionate. I love Jasmine Crockett.
God, she has been a fucking spitfire.
I know. I mean, everything that comes out of her mouth is just chef's kiss.
Every time she talks, she fucking confronts Trump about anything.
I know.
It's just like, it's not even a monkey stomping at that point. It's literally a fucking nuke going off.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up. Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you watch anything Jasmine Crockett says. Oh my God.
She is so good.
Yeah, maybe she should run for president someday, but I don't know if she'd feel comfortable. I mean, that'd be a decision she would have to make. So,
how old is Jasmine Crockett?
I think she's actually old enough. Let me find out. Hold on. Oh, come on. There we go.
But yeah, having someone like Jasmine Crockett in the White House would be really good, I think.
Mm-hmm. She's only 43, but she's old enough.
Yep.
Of course, that's if she wants to.
She's only 43?
Yeah, she's just 43. She's younger than me.
She looks young.
I know.
She looks good as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to say it like that, but she looks damn good.
Yeah. But she's also a lawyer, so.
Yeah. I also know that Bernie, even though he's an older gentleman, dude, he got some force behind him.
Oh yeah, he's always had force behind him.
Yeah. So I'm all for like Bernie being president or fucking Jasmine being president or any real Gen Zer.
Yeah.
A millennial or a Gen Z or someone who actually, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Has a fucking brain cell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm sorry,
but I mean, I'm warning you. You get Jasmine Crockett on her bad side, she will eat you up.
Yep, she'll eat you alive.
Uh huh.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, you've got her, you got AOC, Alexander Ocario Cortez, for those who don't know.
Ocasio.
Ocasio, sorry.
You're good.
Okay. But you know me, if I want to get a name, I better do it right, at least. but
Yeah,
but
but
see
I've actually,
you know what?
I've
Oh,
actually,
good. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I've actually been in the stream with Alexandria.
Yeah,
She's
cause
one of the nicest women
yeah,
you'll ever meet.
didn't she do Among Us a few times?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember. Yeah, I remember she basically played Among Us.
yep,
Like that's cool. It's nice that they're trying to connect with people. And one thing's for sure, I think not only should there be a term limit, I think there should also be an age limit.
yeah. Let's set the age limit to 68.
Yeah, I agree. And
Because after, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about people older than that,
mhm,
but if we're going to set an age limit, let's make it universal 68.
I agree.
68 to be any member of the House, Senate, or president, or
Supreme Court.
as or Supreme Court. Exactly. You know, I think I think personally that's a fair age.
Yeah, it's for it's
It's
above.
not like
It's a little over 65, but and but but of course, to do any of these things, it would have to take a constitutional amendment.
exactly.
You know, Unfortunately, as much as we'd love to get rid of the Electoral College, guess what? It's in the Constitution. We would have to have a constitutional amendment to basically
Yep.
dissolve the Electoral College. I mean, I'd love to see it happen, but guess what? Unless we can come up with an amendment to the Constitution, it's not very likely.
Well, and here's the funny thing. You know, we've had an amendment or two made
Mm-hmm.
during our lives.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
amendments are so rare.
Yeah.
It's like people don't even realize just how rare they are.
Yeah. But I would say this: if someone gets elected, they're like 65 years old, and say for a senator, they get to 68, finish out the term, but you can't run again.
Yep. Well, the minute you turn 68, you are no longer eligible to uh, be on a ballot. How does that sound?
Yeah, I'd definitely go for that. Like, and if it happened to me, like, I'm 60, I'm 67, I win another time in the House of Representatives, but it's like, okay, 60's coming. That means after this, I can't run, and that's okay.
Yeah, because here's the problem that we have in our country. People think, you know, if we go back to how it was originally released, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the House of Representatives was always meant to be the, the weaker of the two, yeah, the weaker of the two houses,
Mm-hmm.
and the other, the Senate was always supposed to be the more powerful two houses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, over the years, that's kind of switched a little bit, but the Senate still has powers that the House does not and will not ever have.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said 12 years for the House because it's a fair number. And I mean, if you if you win an election at 67, at any of the House or Senate, sure, you can you can run out your term.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute that finishes, you better fucking enjoy your retirement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something definitely want to talk about here, changing subjects here.
Go for it.
Is it just me, or is it the fact that Donald Trump doesn't have a damn clue about country ownership or ownership of anything? Like, he wants Greenland. Sorry, that belongs to Denmark. He wants the Panama
Yeah.
Canal. Sorry, that belongs to Panama. He wants the Gaza Strip. It's like, excuse me, that belongs to Palestinians.
Here's what I say. Okay. And I have the most elegant solution for the Palestinian and
Mm-hmm.
uh everything uh possible.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what it is?
What?
You know where the Sinai Peninsula is in Egypt?
Yeah.
Give that part of Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
rename it Palestine, and give it to the Palestinians.
Yeah.
And then the uh, Israelites can hold what they have plus the West Bank in that.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way, you've now got the two-state solutions figured out. Uh, they have their own places so that, they don't have to fight over shit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about, any of that
Mm-hmm.
stupid shit going on.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You own, you know, Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
The Palestinians own the Sinai Peninsula.
Yeah.
And it's still a very historically relevant area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, according to the Bible, that's where Jehovah Jireh gave Moses the uh,
Two
Ten
tablets.
Commandments.
Yeah. Ten commandments on those two tablets.
Yep. And it's also where the Israelites showed how lost they could be when they did the whole golden calf.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, here's the history of the Panama Canal. It includes French attempts to build the canal in the United States to take over the project and the transfer of control to Panama. So, in 1881, a French company began construction on the canal, but stopped in 1889 due to engineering problems and high worker mortality. In other words, there were workers dying. Let's see. The French company was led by Ferdinand de Lesseps, who proposed a sea level canal. Now, the U.S. Took over in 1901 thanks to the Hay Pontefote Treaty, gave the United States the right to build its own canal. In 1904, the U.S. and Panama signed a treaty that allowed the United States to build and operate the canal. President Theodore Roosevelt led the United States in negotiating the Hay Bunau-Varilla Treaty. George Washington Goethals was named chief engineer and oversaw construction. Now, as for the canal, it began in 1904. It was completed in 1914. The first ship to pass through the canal was the SS Ancon on August 15th, 1914. In 1979, the United States transferred control of the canal zone to Panama, and the Panama Canal shortened its maritime communication and transportation, which boosted economic growth and influenced global trade. Yay!
yep.
And
So,
thanks to Jimmy Carter, they were able to put that house into the floodplain. But they knew where they're going. So
yep. So I'm gonna say it like this, okay? Mr. Trump, I don't care how big you think your dick is. I already know how big it is, and to be fucking frank with you, you make a hot, you make a little smoky look big, look small.
Mm-hmm.
You make correction. You make a little smoky look big. So, frankly speaking, sir, you're not impressing anyone with your show machismo because, as I'm sure certain porn stars by the name of Stormy will vouch out, you ain't nothing impressive in bed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sorry to say it like that, but, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it just, oh,
Uh-oh. Hold on a second.
what's wrong?
Sorry about
She
that.
said, hold on a second. What do I need to hold on to?
I don't know.
Anyway, what was
Yeah.
wrong?
Um, Somebody was trying to call me. I said, "Can you wait for 10 minutes?"
Let me guess, Jan?
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Come on, Janet. You know we're on the show.
Let's see. By the way, Senate Democrats blocking Trump nominations so they stop the bullshit. Let's see. Yeah, because to get rid of what do I call it? Trying to make Canada a 51st state. Yeah. Oh yeah. Trump's tariff tricks actually ended up backfiring on him.
So let me ask you something.
Okay.
If Canada was made the 51st state, even though we already have two ready made, ready to go 51st states already,
Hmm.
what would you say?
Let's see.
Shirley,
Yeah.
what would you say if,
She know the last two.
about if
I heard mom's waiting.
If what?
if Canada was made the 51st state?
Well, at least we wouldn't have to use a passport if I wanted to go there. But I mean, seriously, I would love to visit Canada for real.
Yeah,
But I mean,
sorry.
all I mean,
About that.
everything Trump has already done in just over 2 weeks is like, what the hell, right?
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie, folks, we're gonna be in for it until the 2028 election,
Oh,
or
good
maybe
Lord.
on that point.
I agree with that. But hey, Shirley, I
Yes.
think we could end early.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, but like I said, we're gonna do this. We do this show every 2 weeks because we're not like the pros who do this. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have limitless budget. We're just a bunch of amateurs trying to be cool,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm. We just want to do. We just put our own take to it. But like I said, we're not gonna do this every day because there are plenty of pros you can follow who are better at this.
Yep.
Much better. And by the way, I do mean guys like Brian Tyler Cohen, Farron Cousins, Jesse Dollamore. I
Robert
follow.
Reich.
Yes, David Pac-Man. I follow all those guys. So, because they're all good. Yeah, so it's just every 2 weeks to find. Yeah, because like I said, I mean those guys can put out.
There's also
Oh yeah,
Shirley,
yeah.
before we end,
Uh huh.
I just gotta say, if this election did end up being rigged, I would not be surprised because there's actually some organizations going right now
Mm-hmm.
that are looking at the 2024 presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
And like Clark County, Nevada, you have a early voting data sheet out,
Mm-hmm.
which shows normal messy distribution is pretty normal. But then when you have a very clean distribution, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. You'll understand what I mean.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Look at this picture in there,
Okay, give me just a
and
second.
you'll see what I mean.
Ooh.
It looks like a mirror image, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So there's some signs in some places of possible election tampering.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know this for sure? No. I'm just, especially after Trump said at one of his things that it was that the election was rigged. The more and more I see this, the more and more I hear from both people on the left and on the right,
Mm-hmm.
the more I see the very real possibility that it might have been.
Mm-hmm.
And am I saying it is? No. I'm not saying it is.
Let's see. Oh, Craig is in the chat. He's saying, is this once a week? No, it's going to be once every 2 weeks. Because next week I'll be gaming, so.
Yep, we're just doing once every 2 weeks just because it'll be easier.
Mm-hmm.
Midas Touch is another good one.
Yeah.
We're just giving you guys some other options to listen to while we're not here.
Yeah.
Who knows? We might be able to bring more of our show compatriots in. Who knows? Like I said, this is a trial run. See if it works.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah. So anyway, we're gonna get out of politics for tonight, and I'll just say this: Friday we're gonna try to do Among Us, and if we can't quite do Among Us, we will do trivia for backup. So yes, we have a backup, and next,
or we could try that new one you found.
Oh yeah, the new Cards Against Humanity. Because I'm not gonna lie, all bad cards change too much, and they don't have the option for a blank anymore, which that sucks. Alright, so anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the ending, so bear with me, Growl.
And I'm going to bounce out as always.
Alright.
Y'all have a good night.
Alright. Alright, so with that in mind, I'm going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody have a great night, sleep well, stay safe, and we'll see you on Friday for Among Us, so peace out. Good night, Sajo. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Pa. Good night, Ma.